Welcome back, folks. This is Tommy, help with gadgets.edc, and what we have today is the Holt Haptic. From what I understand, the Holt Haptic is a design that they're no longer producing in great quantities, but you can still get your hands on one. They do carry them to some of the blade shows, from what I understand, and you can find them on the on secondary. I actually bought this one from a friend, and it's a knife that I really like, but I don't carry a whole lot anymore. There's a whole lot of intricate designs on it, as you can tell from the milling there, even to the back spacer. Inside, there's a ton of milling inside, and if you go and look at my disassembly video, you can actually see how even the milling on the inside of the scales is really nice. The tolerance is just looking at how everything falls into place. The centering on the knife itself, right there in the center of the space cut out for the blade. The milling on the pocket clip itself, and that pocket clip just slides in and out of the pocket very easy. It's a very well done knife. Snappy detent on this one, and you can adjust the detent. This one has the zirconium collars, which gives it a nice little pop of class, in my opinion. My favorite blade shape, as you may have noticed. I tend to, for some reason, get quite a few of those. Blade shaped, that is. And just a very good example of American craftsmanship. You can tell there's the stamping of Holt Blade Works Haptic and the serial number in there. I'll take this opportunity to mention some of the things that comes with this, since I didn't actually do an unboxing. This is a Solinco card that comes with it. You can actually use your phone to read the NFC chip in this card. It tells you a lot about that, about the knife itself, and I'll try to get a copy of that flash up on the screen here. It also comes with a very small Allen wrench to adjust the detent. These particular knives, instead of a detent ball, they have more of a detent nub, and I don't may be able to show right there that nub that works very well. As I mentioned, it's the detent. I mean, that it's very snappy, and then when you go to close, it is just fall shut. Very good. Alright, back to what else comes in it. In the box, it came with a couple of stickers, and it came with this box here, and knife fits down in there quite nicely. So, very good presentation. Alright, let's move that off to the side. Let's do some size comparisons here. Alright, let's go with the CJRB More Malia and the Ace Tribeca, Giant Mouse Ace Tribeca. You can tell those are a couple of, one of them's a little bit smaller and one of them's about the same. Alright, next up we have the Miguron Morial. And let's do the QSP Penguin. Alright. Next up, let's get these out of the way. Let's do the CJRB Pyrite, which I could not remember the name of on a previous video. And let's do the petrified fish beluga. Actually, that may be the mini beluga. Alright, next up we have, let's do the American Blade Works. This is Model 2, titanium. And this is the Model 1 Wharncliffe with the black micarta scales. I want to do a video, or I plan to do a video of those two knives together here, hopefully in the near future. Let's look now. Let's look at the Beg Knives Bodega. That's the Steelcraft series, and the Mini Glimpse. All right. Let's go with the EMP EDC Nimble, and the Nimble and this Kaiser Sparrow are two of my most carried knives recently. And again, a Wharncliffe type blade on that Sparrow. Let's see what else we have here. Let's look at the Haptic EFD. That's Everyday Field Duty from Liang Ma. And let's just go with a CJRB Feldspar. So there you have those two. And then last, but certainly not least, let's compare it to the Microtech MSI and the Kaiser Cyberblade. And as you can tell, the Holt Haptic is indeed shorter than the Kaiser Cyberblade, although the Cyberblade kind of makes up with it in the tallness of the blade itself. So anyhow, there we are. Let's talk a little bit more about this Holt Haptic. Let's get our nice antique measuring tape out. Look at the length of the blade. We're looking at about 3 1/4-ish, thereabouts. So not a huge knife. What I would consider usually 3 1/4. I'll go with 3. 3's not a bad length for a knife. To 3.75, somewhere around in there is usually the knives I like. The Cyberblade is a tad shorter. I don't carry it a lot, but it's still a neat knife. All right, let's talk about this knife a little bit. As I mentioned, the milling on this knife is one of the things that sets the Holt Bladework knives apart from a lot of the other makers. As you can tell, there's a lot of milling here with the different patterns, and in fact, Holt does quite a few different designs. This one happens to be called the I think it's the Ridgeback pattern, and see both sides are nicely milled. The pocket clip is nicely milled with a design that has several different the milling lines go in different directions. The profile of the clip is very nice in pocket. You've got the great milling here on the back of the back spacer, as well as I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but if you look at the disassembly and cleaning video, you'll notice that there's some milling design even on the inside where they lighten the scales a little bit. The other cool things, another cool thing about the design is how the blade matches the scales, and then comes out and then the front end of the knife matches as well. Just things that you don't see on a lot of knives. The flipper has just the right amount of jimping on it to be able to rocket the blade out when you're holding the knife. There's just the proper amount of jimping there on the top. If you hold it in this grip here, your hand rests nicely on this flat area here. But you'll notice there's also a swedge there on top that just the design is pretty cool if you ask me. Look even here, the way the lock bar is milled out to go around the scale, where it's kind of inset into the scales there. Just a lot of different things. The zirconium pivot, the milling on the pivot itself, it's just you don't see this a lot in knives, but this is a higher end. Well, at least for me, it's a higher end knife, and just really well done knife. As I've mentioned before, it flips out very crisply, and it is fall shut, and just fall shut. You can control it a little bit, make it more hydraulic by just tilting it just a bit, but just a very well done knife, comfortable in hand, sits in the pocket well. As you can tell, it's not deep carry, but it's pretty deep. There's just a little bit sticking up out of the pocket, and the way that it fits in pocket, it comes in and out of the pocket very easy. This, as I mentioned before, this is M390 steel, and it's got a kind of a stone wash finish on it that to me makes a very good finish on a knife. I don't generally care for the satin finishes that tend to scratch, but with a stone wash, general use doesn't usually show up very much on these blades. I did carry and use this knife, so you can tell it's still in very good shape. Let's see if we can show you down there. You can tell even that how it's milled out there for the blade clearance there on the back spacer, and just very well done. Chamfered edges, easy access to the lock bar. The lock bar disengages very easily, and just a very well done knife. And I know it sounds like I'm gushing about it, but it is one of the better flippers that I have owned, and in my opinion makes a very good EDC knife. There's also some very fancy versions that make great collector items. Not that this one wouldn't be a collector item as well for some folks, but I generally like to carry and use my knives. But there you have it, folks. This is the Holt Haptic, one of the favorite knives that I've had in my collection. And I appreciate you watching this video. I hope that you will subscribe, like the video, give me any comments that you might have. Leave a comment about your favorite knife, or leave me a comment about anything in general to do with EDC. I would enjoy reading those comments. Appreciate you watching. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day, and hope to see you again soon. Thanks.